Shabbat Shalom, and you are welcome to the Shabbat of this morning. The Parashat that we are talking about this morning is Parashat Ki-Tissa, and it means when you take. And what are they taking? A census. Remember that the Torah, remember that the Torah is not written in the chronological order, but why are they taking a census? The idea here is always, because always see in the Torah, when they talk about census, that means something negative has happened. They always take census if something negative happened or if people die. So then God will say, okay, go and count them to know how many people that is remaining. Remember, because why I said that the Torah is not written in the chronological order is this. Because the reason why God is asking them to do this census was because of the sin of the golden calf, when over 3,000 died. So now God is asking Moshe to do what? To count them. Remember that you cannot count, normally you can't count the children of God. Because God's children, they are what? Innumerable. They are like the stars of heaven. You cannot, they are uncountable. You can count them. But for us to be able to know how many people are now in the congregation, how many people are now in the state, how many people are now in the town or with them. So God said, okay, now they have to bring what is called a shekel, a half shekel. So that this half shekel is a shekel is 20 gara, and half 20 is 10 gara. That is half shekel. They shall bring it to count. And the Torah said that the rich cannot give more, and the poor cannot give less. It has to be half shekel. Especially in the traditional synagogue, every time that we read this parasha, the boys, the men, will give half shekel, in the temple. But what I'm saying now is, through that, once they count all those money, they can be able to know exactly how many people remain. So that is it's an idea. And remember, and the Hebrew of the Torah said, and this shall be for you what? Like atonement for your sin. What sin? For the sin of the golden calf, for what they did. So and then they used that money, that half shekel, to prepare to build the tent of meeting. But this is just the overall something of today. What I'm going to discuss about today is something a little bit different, but it's also in the parasha of today that we discuss about. Okay, I'm going to talk about the covenant. I'm going to talk about the covenant, and I'm going to explain to us what is a covenant, and I'm going to talk about what is also called a testament. What is the difference between a covenant and a testament? Why is that? Some people say this is the Old Testament, and this why is this is the New Testament? I don't understand, but I want to give us a very basic understanding of what is the difference between a covenant and a testament, and their definition. Because our God, the God of our Father, blessed be He, always talk about covenant. It's not a testament. It's a Greek understanding that try to impose in the Torah. God always talk about what? Covenant. So let's see. And he gave to Moshe when he had made an end of speaking with him on Mount Sinai the 2 tablets of the testimonial tablet of stone, written by the finger of God. Exodus chapter 31, verse 18. Tablet written on both sides of their side. On one side and on the other they were written. And the tablets, they were the work of God, and the written was the written of God, engraved upon the tablet. Exodus chapter 32, verse 15 and 16. The Holy One, blessed be He, first made a covenant with Abraham and his descendants. And what is the sign of that covenant? The sign of that covenant is known as circumcision. Circumcision being the sign of the covenant is enacted through the circumcision at the 8th day. When a boy, a male, is 8 days old, that infant is what? Is circumcised. And once that infant is circumcised, that infant is now belonging to the family of Abraham. Any male who wants to join the Abrahamic family first needs to take upon himself the sign of the covenant. And any male born into the Abrahamic family who is not circumcised at the 8 days old and does not correct this when is older shall be cut off from his people. He has violated my covenant. That is Genesis chapter 17, verse 14. Right, what am I saying here? Say, God, remember the Holy One, blessed be He, made a covenant with Abraham, with our forefathers, Abraham. And He said, this shall be the sign of the covenant. You shall circumcise yourself, all the men. Right? And the Torah said, and Abraham Avinu circumcised all the male in his house, and it belongs to him. Everybody take part of the covenant of the living God. And after that, every child that is born on the 8 days, male, not every child, a male child, not a female, I'm sorry. All the male child, I repeat myself and I clarify, all the male child born on the 8 days have to what? Be circumcised. Let's say there is an issue, for example, a medical issue, that the child cannot be circumcised on the 8 days. Let's say maybe the child was born premature, for example. So you can keep that child after the 8 days, but you have to circumcise that child when the child is, when the child is okay. When the child is healthy, it has to be circumcised. Maybe when it's an adult, it has to be circumcised because it is sign. It's not that technically it has to be 8 days, right? But in case of a medical reason, you can extend it. Okay, but the most important thing is that child has to be circumcised. That is it, and because that is the covenant that we have with our God, the God of our fathers, God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay, it is by its very nature, the covenant between the Holy One, blessed be He, and Abraham exclude all the other families of mankind. By its very nature, it excludes every other person, because it was a what? It was an agreement between two parties, between Abraham and God and his descendants. And everybody that he owns, So that was it wasn't a covenant with the Canaanites. No, it wasn't with a covenant with the Egyptians. No, it wasn't a covenant with any part of the world. No, it was a two people agreement. Abraham on this side, God on this side. So now, it is a covenant between the Holy One, blessed be He, and Abraham's descendants. Whether they are Israelites, Ishmaelites, or the Edomites, or even the sons of Keturah, it doesn't matter, because the sons of Keturah are also the blood of Abraham. Because the DNA of Abraham is running in them. For all these people, they are all descendants of Abraham. But, however, it was through Abraham's son Isaac that the Holy One, blessed be He, will reconfirm his covenant to establish Isaac's son Jacob as the foundation of his people, calling him Israel. So, at Mount Sinai, the Holy One, blessed be He, made a covenant with a single people, Israel, and all those who had attached themselves to the children of Israel. A special covenant between the Holy One, blessed be He, and Israel. This is what I'm saying. The covenant of blood, the covenant of circumcision was given to Abraham, right? So now on Mount Sinai, we have another kind of the covenant again. Remember, people said, I am an Israelite and the son of Abraham. Okay, good. Abraham have other sons too. We have the Ishmaelites, we have the sons of Keturah, they are all sons of Abraham. They all keep this covenant, right? So on the 8th day, they circumcised. Some they circumcised at 13 years. Like, for example, the Ishmaelites circumcised not on the 8 days, they circumcised when the boy is 13 years old. Because Ishmael circumcised when he was 13 years old. So, but the basic is that they have to be circumcised. It doesn't matter 8 days or 20, but for us as Hebrew, it must be 8 days because our forefathers, Isaac, circumcised on the 8th day, right? So we circumcised on the 8 days, and the Ishmaelites, they circumcised on when their boys is 13 years old. So this is the understanding here that the Holy One is talking about, saying that when God chose Isaac to reconfirm this covenant with him, what happened? We see jealousy, right? Oh, God didn't choose me. Why didn't God choose me? Remember, when God chose Jacob to reconfirm this covenant, his brother Esau get jealous. Why didn't God choose me? I'm mad, I'm upset. But remember that Esau and Jacob are born of the same father and the same mama, not different mama. Unlike Ishmael and what? And Isaac. These are the same papa, the same mama. But God decided to choose one over the other. So what is the sin of the other one? Has no sin. God said, I just don't like him. He's God, he can do whatever he wants. So he takes the other one, right? And this is the issue that I always want people to understand. You see, for example, your brother prosper, right? You see, for example, God choose your brother, and God does not choose you. For example, right? Instead of you to look, why did God choose your brother? Look at it from another perspective. From the perspective of, what did I do? Why didn't God choose me? What is the issue with me? How can I rectify it? How can I make sure that God, I am on the side of God? How can I make sure that God chooses me? What do most of us do? We get upset. We get jealous. We become destructive. We become envious of our brother that God chose. And we tend to want to destroy him because of our jealousy. It's not good. There is a reason God chose him, right? So you as a person shouldn't be jealous of that. No. You shouldn't be jealous of that at all. What should you do in order for you to have the favor of God? It's for you to seek the face of God. That is simple. Seek is not saying, God, I don't know why you didn't choose me, but I want you to choose. I want you to do what? I want to serve you. You choose my brother, that is fine, but I am also here. I am also here, oh Lord. I want to serve you too. Help me, strengthen me, give me encouragement. I don't want to be envious of my brothers. I don't want to destroy my brother, but I want to support him also together for us, both of us, to serve you. And your condition will change. But most of the time, most of us, what do? We get envious. We become destructive. We begin to seek the downfall of our brother because God has chosen him and not me. So this is what the Torah is trying to tell us. It is not for us to be envious of our brothers. It's not for us to be destructive, to seek the downfall of my sister because God has chosen him, not me. But actually it is for me to support him and seek the face of that God. Say, please help me too. I want to be part of this. You are choosing him into the party, right? For example, and I want to be part of the party too. I want to taste the cake. I want to eat the cake. I want to be outside of the party. I want to be inside the party. Help me. He will do it for you. That the man that we talk about this morning, Obadiah, according to our stages, Obadiah was not an Israelite. No. Obadiah was an Edomite from Edom, the descendant of Esau. He wasn't an Israelite, but he was working in the palace of the king Ahab. Because he feared God. He said it. Because I feared the Lord all my life. And he said, and because he saved 100 prophets of God. When the wife of Ahab was killing all the prophets of God, he hid them in the cave, 50 by 50, and he sustained them. And the Torah said, and God rewarded him. As he said, and God rewarded him with the spirit of prophecy. And he became the son of the prophet. You see? He wasn't jealous of the Israelites. He wasn't jealous saying, oh God, why did you abandon my own forefather? Because my forefather too is a what? He's a descendant of Abraham and Isaac. He wasn't jealous. He take part. He respect. He said, I want to seek your face. And he seek the face of God, and God accepted him. We need to understand, it is for me It is for us to understand why did God choose one and did not choose the other. But God is telling you that if you do better, I will choose you. That's what he's saying. The same thing he said with the Torah never changed. It's one and it's the same. He said to Cain, right, in the book of Bereshit, if you did good, I will accept you. Because Cain was jealous of his brother because Abel was accepted by God. Why are you angry? God asked Cain, why are you angry? If you do better, do you think I will not accept you? I will accept you. God is telling him, go and redo the sacrifice. Simple. That's what he's saying. Go and redo it with all your heart. Don't think that, oh, my father is forcing me. Adam is forcing me to go and sacrifice to God. No. It has to come out from your heart. Because from Abel, it came out from the heart of Abel to do what is good. But you say, my father is forcing me. I don't want to do it. God does not eat. I don't care. No. If you do good, I will accept you. So therefore, go and redo it again. That's what God is saying. If you redo it again with all your heart, I will take you. But he didn't understand. He was envious, filled of anger. And he killed his brother because of that. So we can see that Obadiah didn't do that. Obadiah did not envy the Israelites. Say, oh, okay, no, actually he was part of them. He came to be a part of it. He said, God, I want to serve this God. Even though my forefather made a mistake, I want to correct it. Right? And God accepted him, and he became a son of the prophet, even though with the spirit of the living God descending upon him, and we have the book of Obadiah, the prophet. So it is possible. It is not that it is not possible. It is possible. Except because we have to see it from a different perspective. Not from the perspective of anger and hatred or jealousy. But from the perspective of I can do better. Let me do better. And God will accept me. So, but what exactly is a covenant? That is the question now. What exactly is a covenant? A covenant is a pact or a contract whereby the parties involved have certain obligations towards each other. For example, a covenant is a contract. A covenant is like a compact, a treaty, a pact, an accord, and a deal, a bargain, an agreement. Okay? Or a pledge or a commitment. That is a covenant. Okay? So the parties are well defined within the wording of the text, and the times of the covenant are stipulated. Why the reward for keeping the covenant as well as the penalty for breaking it are plainly described. So in a covenant is like a deal, an agreement, between one person and another person. Okay. Similarly, it's always it can be between the superior or the inferior. It doesn't matter, but it's between two persons, a man and a woman, a husband and a wife. A marriage is a contract. It's a covenant. You sign it because, okay, I'm going to be your wife, right? And you're going to be my husband. So what is this stipulated in the marriage contract? Okay, the woman will take care of the house and make everything fine, raise my children, get everything. And what is the contract of the man? The man will provide all the bread, we go hunting, come and feed the family, and everything will be good. This one has his own activities, the other one has our own activities. It's balanced. Right? That is a covenant. Okay, so now, what is a testament? In this case, we're using a testament as a noun. Okay? What is a testament? A testament is a will, especially in the part relating to a personal property. So, a testament is a man, a person that writes his will, right? And remember that testament can never take effect until the death of that person. A testament can only take effect after the death of the person. Before the death of the person is useless. It's nothing. Only when that person dies, the testator is the person. That is the man that writes his will. It's called a testator. So that testator has to die for the power of the will or the testament to come to pass. But in the case of a covenant, it's not like that. A covenant can be broken. a covenant, they can break it. And that's why you see it in the Torah that many times the prophet of God, Moses will say, okay, let us go and renew the covenant. Eliyahu will say, let us go and renew the covenant. Samuel will tell us, let us go to Gilgal and renew the covenant. Because we break the covenant. Because man can break the covenant. Because we are human beings, we can sin. So we can go, we can break it, and we can renew it. But in the case of a testament can never be broken. No, it can't be broken. They can't break it. So this is the case here. That even so, we as a child of God, many times has broken the covenant of God. And God have mercy, compassion on us, and we can rebuild it back and come back again to the path that the Holy One, blessed be He, has put our feet, right? And begin to walk again. But in the case of a testament, it's no. The person that write the testament, the testator, has to die for the testament to take effect. And this is where the issue is. When you say something is New Testament, and another one is Old Testament. So you are saying that God has to die. And God cannot die. That is the issue. That is the problem now. God is eternal God. He doesn't die. He's not a human being. That is the problem. Because you need to understand the Greek understanding. These are idolatries. Idolaters. I mean, these are idolaters in their mind. So for them, for their book or whatsoever it is, for it to take effect, their God, their man God, has to die. That is the idea that they are telling you here. But our God is not a human being. He never died. We can break the covenant because of our sin, and that is why our God is a God of mercy, of compassion, of grace. He gives us compassion to come back again, and He's going to accept us. As far as we realize that we did what is wrong, and we make teshuvah, God will bring us back and accept us back. Our God does not die. Their God has to die for their own testament to take place. So this is the differences between them. As I said, the covenant between the Holy One, blessed be He, and Israel, as all of the above, it has the party are well defined. What God has to do is defined, and what Israel has to do is defined. The time is stipulated. He will be our God in His own part. He's our God, right? Number one. He's going to protect us against nature and against our enemy. He's going to give us the land of Canaan as an everlasting inheritance. He's going to provide for us bounty, beautiful things, riches, blessings, glory, food, bread, water, and great substance. Every good things of life is going to give it unto us. And a whole host of all kinds of goody. He's going to give all those ones. So now, what is our own obligation? What is your obligation? What is my obligation? So, our obligation is this, is to keep His Torah. That's our obligation. To seek justice in our dealing with our fellow human beings. To worship Him alone and to be loyal to Him. As for me, I don't think that is too much. It's not too much. It's not too much for all the goody things that God will give you. One, just obey the Torah. Two, do justice to your fellow man. Three, reverence God. Worship Him alone. Finish. Just like three things. And you see all the things that He listed for us. I'm going to bless you. Your animal will be blessed. Your house will be blessed. You'll be protected from all enemy. All like 200 blessings. You see? But for all these things, only three things you have to do. I don't think it's hard. I don't think it's too much. It's not too much. It's just a simple thing. Three things. Simple. But man finds it very hard. We have to break it over and over and over again. And the punishment, if we don't keep the covenant, that is another, you see, that is the part of the blessing. The part of the consequence is this. Remember, it is not God cause. God is standard. God is what is there, is permanent. It is us that drift away from God. God is always constant. He's there. He never moved nowhere. It is man that drifts away from his creator. And God is saying, come back home, oh man. So if we disobey the covenant, the agreement between the man And God, this is the consequence, he said. So the consequences are these. He is going to slowly, not at once, slowly, gradually remove his blessing that he has bestowed upon us. The enemy will surround us. The persecution will start. If we still don't heed, if we still don't listen, then exile. And if we, even though in exile, refuse to obey, then persecution in the exile. Until we become a soft neck, because we are stiff necked people. So God, this is what, if you don't do our agreement, every agreement has, like, for example, you have, even though in our daily life, that's an agreement, right? Maybe with you and your bank, for example. Okay, if you don't pay your mortgage, that's a consequence. They say, okay, I give you some grace. If you don't pay, they can take your property because you don't pay your mortgage. For example, if you don't pay your car loan, the bank will say, okay, you have to pay your loan. I'll give you a grace for 3 months or this and that. If you don't pay they can sue to court, and you will be forced to pay your car loan. So there is two parts, one for you and one for your creditor. So this is the same thing. So in the part of God, God gives us all the goody 3 things just to do. But if we refuse to do those 3 things, right, then the consequence will come. So don't come now and say that God is wicked. No. God is not wicked. Don't say, this God is a bad God. But you refuse to do your part, and you're saying God is a bad God. Okay, the husband, for example, there's no matthew here, okay? I'm just giving an example. The man provide the food, provide everything, do everything for the woman, and the woman refuse to have children. He said, you know what? I don't want children. How does that happen? How would the house work? But the man wants a descendant. The man wants children, and the woman say, you know what? No, me, I don't want children. I want, to take care of children is too hard. I don't like noise, because the children won't allow me to sleep. Then you make it meh. I don't want that. So how would the agreement work? Because my agreement with you is that you are going to give me descendants, and me, I'm going to provide all the goody. It's not hard. But in the world that we live now, I'm sorry, everything is upside down. Right? It is the man that stay in the house, and the woman walk. The woman walk like cow. Walk, and the man sit down and say, my job is to take care of children. I say, which planet are you living? We reverse the role. It is not right. The man is to walk by the woman, to take care of the home. No? Yeah, I understand that everything has changed. Yes. I understand that women too, they want to be successful in their career. I'm not against that. It is good. It's fantastic. But still yet, you can still take care of your home. You can still take care of your home. It's nothing bad. You can be a professor. You can be a doctor. You can be a lawyer. Even though you can be the prime minister, you can be the president of a country. No issue. I have no issue with that. It's good. It's good for the family. It's perfect for the children. But don't reject your role. That's what I'm saying. Don't, as a woman, do not reject your role. Even though there are some people now, to the extreme, they tell you that, it's not that they cannot conceive, they can conceive. They tell you, I will give my egg to another woman to what do you call it? Surrogate. Some crazy idea. Some madness. I will go to put my egg, and I'm going to put it for another woman to carry my baby for me for 9 months. You see how people become cuckoo. People don't understand that when a baby is inside your stomach, it is a personal relationship. You can feel the heartbeat of the baby. You can understand the baby from the womb. That's the reason why God did like that. God didn't say go and allow your egg to be carried for you for another one to carry it. So this is what my points are in that what we have in our 21st century crazy ideology. So there is all these things. If we want to follow the God of our fathers, there is 2 parts of the covenant. One for God and one for us. There are usually at least 2 copies of a contract, one copy for each of the parties involved. And so it is the 10th saying, 2 tablets of the testimony, not 1. Most people assume because they were 2 tablets that the 10th saying must have been divided between two tablets. However, I'd like to say that the two tablets were exact duplicates of each other, because people think that we have two tablets, right? The two tablets of stone. People think in the idea, or maybe through what do you call it, movies, through Hollywood. You know, they think that five words is written here and 5 words is written here. No, the 10 words is written here completely, and the 10 words is written here completely. Torah said, and the word and the Torah is written back and front, both on both sides. That was said. The tablets were written on both sides completely, 2 of them. That means that it is a contract, because in the contract you always have 2 copies. One for one part, for one party, and another for another party. One for man, and the other one is for God. So it's okay, you know that it is written that, because you understand, there is a saying among my people back home. We said, the book does not lie. Book never lies, because it is written. Okay, Jesus, they are going to provide for Pella. They are going to give her this and this and this and this and this. It's written in the book. Now, Pella is going to do this and this and this and this and this and this. It's written in the book, right? Ha. So Jesus cannot come tomorrow and say, "Oh, I forgot." No. Or, "Oh, I didn't remember." No. Or, "I didn't say so. That is not my plan. No, you didn't understand me. You didn't get me right." No. You take the book again. This is what the book said. And the book never lies, because it is written, and you stamp it, and you put your finger, say, "I agree." So you cannot come and say, "I didn't agree." You cannot come and say, "I forgot." You cannot come and say, "You know what? That is not what I meant." No, it is written down there. So this is the idea. The idea is that we have 2 copies, one for us and one for God, one for Israel and one for God. So Israel cannot come and say, "God, you are wicked," because that is not how we agree. No, remember that this agreement, this covenant, was sealed with blood. So it is an eternal covenant. So don't let anybody come to tell you that this one is an Old Testament. That for it to take into place, maybe, I don't know their God, maybe, I'm not talking about the God of Israel. Their God has to die for their Old Testament to take effect. But the God of Israel is eternal. Is the spirit. We will read it in the Messianic writing. It's a spirit, it's energy, it's power, it's eternal. So it doesn't have to die for any of our covenants to be fulfilled. No. We have parts to do. And God always does his own part. He never moves. He's constant. It is what will draft away with our own, with our sin. And God is always saying, "My hands are open. Come back home. Come to me. I will receive you. Come to me, I will take you." No matter how grievous your sin is, as far as we recognize and we say God will reject and we will not do it again, He will bring us back. And He will bless us. And He will prosper us. And He will make us His own. So we need to understand. I'm saying this. Finally, that we need to do in order to bring down, what do we need to do in order to bring down the blessing of the Holy One, blessed be He, upon us? To bestow upon us a good and fruitful life in our own land, unmolested by others. It is for us to keep our part of the contract, to keep our part of the contract that we signed on Mount Sinai. Remember, we all said, all what God has said, we do. Moshe, go talk to God. Everything that He said, we will obey and we will do. Absolutely. Nothing else. And Moshe spread the blood over us, and we said, we agree. So now we cannot come and say we don't agree. No. We cannot come and lie and say that is not the case. No. It is a covenant, not a testimony. It's a covenant. Covenant can be broken as far as it's for man. Man can, because man is a man. He can break it. But testament is eternal. Testament cannot be broken. You can't break it because it depends. The testament doesn't depend upon the inheritor. No, it is the person who wrote it. The testator. The death of the testator makes the testament to become active. But our covenant with our God has always been active. And we as a human being, we as His children, have to rise up to our responsibility. Has to rise up to what we agree to. And let us do it. Don't let us be afraid. Let us do it. And we will behold and see the glory and the blessing and the awesomeness of our God upon us. Parashat, Ki-Tissa, covenant, and testimony. Shabbat shalom.